Hello everyone and welcome back to Fallout 4's Mods with me, your host, Crypto Gamer. So guys, we're going to carry on with the Zombie Walker mod playthrough that we done along with Intoxicants of the Commonwealth and a few added weapons just to give it a bit more variety and flavour. So today, Rick Grimes is going to go and have a wee wander about and we're going to try and get a new settlement organised today. We're going to start getting all the bits and bobs for it put together. So, as you can see, we're going to make our way down the road towards the settlement. And what we're going to do is we are going to bump into Trash Can Carla. Trash Can Carla is really handy, guys, especially in survival mode. You can offload your rubbish to her, or you can buy junk
So what's
building
your
your
story?
settlements with.
Looking to trade?
Bit of
Rob
clipping
me?
there.
Uh-huh.
Or you can
Let's see what you got.
also
Alright.
buy food from her, or even medicine sometimes, such as antibiotics, herbal anodyne, herbal stimulants, so on and so forth. But of course, we also have Intoxicants of the Commonwealth, so we're actually able to manufacture and produce our own chems, which is going to be very interesting and very good. As you can see, I'm getting a wee stack of fusion cores, which I will have to deposit at a later time into one of my settlements. So we'll have a wee look and see what weapons there is available for Rick Grimes to take on his travels. See if there's anything worth. Most of the time, guys, I just sell all the items that I can. It's better to have a coin so that when you need the items, you can get them. Nothing worse in a survival mode than being broke and not having supplies. So it's always good to just sell what you really don't use in the game. I usually sell things like beers and sometimes Nuka-Colas, although Nuka-Colas are like M's with caffeine, so they help fight off fatigue and insomnia. So as you can see, we've got a few small items. I also have Smokables of the Wasteland as well, I'm pretty sure as a mod, which means that when you pick up cigarettes in game, they will basically come in cartons. You then click on A in the aid section, they'll turn into packets, and then from there, if you're in survival mode and you want to keep your weight down, you can break them down into cigarettes, which weigh
We had a
absolutely
deal,
nothing,
Rudy.
and they are also a
Hand over the
consumable,
goods.
and they have a
You
decent
owe
amount of
us.
value.
I ain't giving you
So at this point, guys, I used Coral, the
You know
pistol.
what that junk has done to my boy?
I used that to take down both of the raiders. I was starting to run low on this, and I've done a bit of faffing about, unfortunately, in this area. Well, we get a wee level up here, so we'll see shortly which perks we're going to take. But first, we'll go into the store here, and we will speak to Booty.
Hi.
I can't wait to see the crows feeding on that scumbag.
And there we go, 100
Let's see
bottle
what you got.
caps.
A little bit.
Excellent,
Uh-huh.
guys. Look at that, we're making some decent money. So today, guys, I decided I wasn't going to make a major intro. I'm trying out a new video editing system on my laptop, so I'm hoping now that I've found this program that it just works. If not, I've got Streamlabs to fall back on, which I could do stuff with. And yeah, hopefully this video is going to go really well, guys. So yeah, we've sold a few items to Trudy. Back to it. We'll get ourselves to the settlement. And of course, The Walking Dead, here we go. They've risen from the grave. And of course, there are packs of ferals or regular walkers that will appear throughout the world. Now, if you're in survival mode, guys, you can tweak the settings on via the holotape in the game, as I've shown you in the first couple of videos. Links to those videos are in the description, and you can also click on the right-hand info panel at the top right-hand corner of your screen now. It will have been showing since the start of the game video as well, so there you have it. But anyway, as I was saying, once you've tweaked the settings, you can change whether your settlements are going to be attacked more or whether you can be interrupted with sleep. In the survival mode, it is going to make it harder. So I would say try not to set it to any more than 1%, otherwise you're going to end up with insomnia a fair amount of time. You're also going to run out of ammunition a lot, so you're going to really need to sort of play this more a bit like Metro and start valuing ammunition as money. Get really good with your headshots. This will really put up your headshot game as well when it comes to operating in survival mode.
I can
It
rest easy
replaces
knowing that
most
Wolfgang is
of
rotting in
your
hell.
Sure.
creature spawns
Let's
as
take a look.
well
It's all worth every
when it
cap on
comes down
fetch.
to it. It basically replaces everything from synths to raiders. I kept raiders going simply because I want there to be enemies in the game that also have firearms. Um, and as you can see, guys, I'm going to be doing a lot of selling in these videos, guys, simply because survival mode, you should be constantly picking up stuff to sell. You know, if you're near a shop and you kill a whole load of raiders,
Over here.
definitely pick
Move
up all their
here.
gear and just walk the 5-10 minutes
Wait
it's
there.
going to take you to go back. And of course, as you can see, here's some new walkers coming up, and we'll take them down nice and quick. I hadn't actually played Fallout 4 for a wee while, simply because I'd gotten used to playing Doom Eternal. I've seen quite a lot of my lists. You know, wee bit of a stutter there, nonetheless. These walker packs that you'll find are actually very handy for getting free caps and free resources from. I would say playing this, yeah, it does make the game a bit more difficult. You can also scale the speed and damage creatures do. Now, I have noticed occasionally the scripting will break through, and you will get a zombie that will suddenly start moving quickly. I was a wee bit nervous on several occasions throughout these videos, simply because it was fairly difficult making sure that I didn't get tagged. I do get tagged at one point in the video, and it almost one-shotted me, so I was quite glad that I moved back out of the range of the walker. Remember, guys, always check your cigarette machines to get more cigarettes. If you also have a good scout along the countryside when you're on your travels, you will come across random little outcroppings and areas where people have been camping, in effect, and you will find food and other ordinances. I have thought about actually bringing a camping mod into Fallout 4's gameplay, just simply for these survival playthroughs. I am also, in the next few weeks, guys, I'm going to be starting a new playthrough on the Terminator series. There's a couple of Terminator mods that I've seen, weapon replacers, synth replacers, and even a new companion. So I am going to be making a video series
Hey,
based on
come on.
Skynet, and then that way I can actually use laser rifles and pistols and all the rest of it. So I'm hoping to, because with this playthrough, guys, I'm trying to stick with conventional firearms. I want it to feel and look more like. I have thought about doing some narration just on the character's journey at some point as well. Eventually, guys, we will probably have to send Dogmeat home just simply because the amount of stim packs this guy goes through is unbelievable. As you can see, I'm not the greatest shot, but Dogmeat's helping me take him down. And there we go, some more bottle caps and some silvers. In survival mode, you're going to want to collect glowing mushrooms as well for antibiotics. Antibiotics should be your main priority when it comes to games that you're building, because that is going to keep you healthy overall and stop you developing diseases. Also, it would be good for you when it comes to your perks to invest in strong back in both ranks, and then as soon as you can, get the Lone Wanderer companion perk, because in survival mode that gives you 50 on your first rank. I need to check what it is on the second, but 50 carry weight is stacks of ammunition, a whole stack of £10 worth of food and drink to keep you going, and then you've got plenty of reserve space as well. I also decided to what a shot! I absolutely loved that shot. I also had backpacks of the wasteland, as well as that. Throughout this little journey, guys, you will be seeing where I actually find these backpack upgrades. Remember, in survival mode, you can only take so many hits. I actually managed to acquire some new armors as the game progressed, so I was managing to strengthen myself up a bit more. Always keep your carry capacity as high as you can, guys, because it's always going to help with the amount of gear that you need to lug around with you, and also the amount of scrap that you need to collect to keep your settlements going in tip-top condition. Jet also is another that is going to be your best friend as well. You really want to get into Jet because obviously being careful supplying yourself with a dictol. Because jet is a very handy one. As you can see very quickly, guys, these zombies have popped back up. And like I say, I mean, if you've not got a companion, and this is why I wanted to get rid of Dogby, you can basically evade them. I mean, when you're playing in survival mode and doing this, your aim isn't to kill every zombie on the land, because if you're a terrible shot like me, you're basically going to waste more ammunition than you're ever going to recover from these. However, it might be handy as well if you don't realize which people you have and haven't checked, because once you've double tapped, you will obviously recheck to make sure that they're not still there. To also make sure that you collected all the items that you could have. Now, I've collected most of these bits and bobs off of these raiders today to free stim pack and Mirelurk cake. You want to collect all these things so that you can take them back to Trudy. When you're first starting off in survival mode, guys, you just want to be doing a lot of lugging back and forth. Yeah, it's a pain in the backside, it slows down gameplay. That's the thing about survival. I mean, if you really want to just clip through it and really test your metal and just only have very basic things and whatever you can pick up and scavenge, great. But I think it's a good idea selling items, because then you can build up your bases, build up munition factories, so on and so forth, have different bits of equipment going. And as well as that, if you're doing that for a while as well, with the amount of items that you can carry, you can go through a period of time where you say, right, okay, for the next 5 hours, I'm just going to collect, put in my machines. And then you click it on, and you can go off, do a couple of missions, come back, and you'll have plenty of items to turn into ammunition or turn into pre-war money. I collect a lot of cloth just so that I can make pre-war money machines, which is great. Either that or you
Here
end
to
up making
trade.
teddy
Let's
bears.
trade.
And then you can use
Let's see
pre-war
what you
money
have.
as an
It's all
extra
worth
currency, along with, like I say, cigarettes, pencils, other items like that. You can use them as stores of value for your character. You can also make purified water farms so that you always have clean water. And then you'll never need to worry about getting diseases again. Also, then you can sell all your excess or store some of your excess as well. I would recommend doing that in your house in Diamond City once you've gotten down there and paid for the house. I would say though, with survival mode, take your time and possibly also get into the habit of putting your charisma up as quickly as you can as well, because then you can get cheaper housing when you do get to Diamond City. If not, make sure you've got a minimum of 5,000 to 6,000 caps, and then from there, guys, you basically just design your own house and you can then fill up. So at the moment, I'm making tactical choices. I didn't have any glass bottles, so I just decided to drink straight from a dirty water source. I was very lucky that I never got anything. You want to be keeping your a tab on your survival meter so that you can keep all this down. Now we're going to hit Starlight drive-through, guys, and at this point you're going to notice there is one more rat that briefly pops up, but I think that was actually, funnily enough, a glitch overall, because I've set all the enemy animals as well, apart from dogs, to spawn as walkers. So you will end up with a big pile of them. I mean, they do have coordinated spawn areas in general. So there will be ones that will naturally spawn there, but then you've got all these extra ones that spawn that would have been mole rats. So for the next 5 minutes, I'll be taking down all these walkers, and we'll have to change out our weapon as well. Obviously, you have your 10mm pistol and your pipe weapons. I would actually say invest in pipe weapons, especially for taking down the walkers. I would invest in other weapons for taking down standard raiders, but otherwise just invest into your 10mm or your 38 pipe pistols for the walkers. Now I've found that with the way the walkers judder about, it is actually quite hard getting a dead-on headshot. Like, you've really got to have a good eye for doing this, which is also going to be something that you're gonna just have to practice over the next few weeks that you play this mod, because it's pretty good fun. I'm gonna challenge myself to see how much of a playthrough I can do and how many missions I can do before either I'm finished with the series or I complete the game on the survival mode, along with the same for Skynet. I might even try my hand a little bit of Machinima at some point as well. So, we obviously leveled up, and I think we've leveled up actually by 2. So, we will see what we're going to pick. I'm going to have to wait for medic. And we're going to take a gun nut. And I think we'll take scrapper as well. Now, whenever we find any tools, we'll say, I've said a lot about tools today by using the proper terms. I won't be surprised if this video gets demonetized, unfortunately. Even probably talking about demonetization will do that. As I said, dog meat will eat up your stim packs, so either, unless you've got a good supply of stim packs hidden away, I would advise that you actually send dog meat away at one point. The only good thing about dog meat is if you're getting crowded, you can take one of them down, and he can also act as a distraction.
That's it.
Eventually, when he does get wounded to the point where he's taken down, the zombies are going to turn their attention again back to you. So what we'll do now, guys, is we'll clear out some Starlight Drive-Thru, get rid of all these radiation barrels, try and make the settlement usable over the next few hours. I think today what we'll do is, this video is only going to be about 20 minutes long, guys, simply because I'm only testing this new software out, and if it all works out well, and it seems to be working out pretty well because I'm able to do my narration whilst doing my playthrough, as I do all my narrations after the fact instead of during with these videos. If it all works out great, guys, you are going to see longer videos. I'm actually going to be able to do much better videos. I'll be able to do full Doom Eternal videos. I might even redo some of my videos and take out any of my low performing ones, apart from ones that are in series. So yeah, as you can see, guys, you can get lots of resources by cleaning up your settlements. As I would say, I would completely advise getting into your settlements. Now we're just going to pop a random bed down here because we're not going to be able to use the settlement for some time. We're going to have to collect lots of scrap. We just want to use this place to hunker down and have a place to sleep as a checkpoint, in effect. I would also make note, guys, of finding as many beds as you can in the Commonwealth. There are a lot of beds scattered all throughout the Commonwealth. I don't know whether survival mode actually adds any extra spawns, but I've never really noticed any difference. You just get into the habit of it. Now, remember with Starlight Drive-Thru, there are booby traps all over the place, so you do want to make a habit of not coming in through that main door and climbing your way up. Then that way you can disarm the bombs from the inside. I would also make a point of making dog meat stay outside somewhere whilst you do this, because otherwise you could accidentally open the door and trigger the bomb, and if you're there, bang. Plus then you're also losing out on a free set of components and a bottle cap mine. There are plenty of resources here, guys. There are bottles, there are cartons of food and other nefarious products, we'll say. And there are bits of metal. You can just break all this down.
Hey.
I mean, I didn't want to spend all day breaking down lots of different items, but because it's time consuming and it just takes up more of the video. And with the zombie walkers holotape as well, guys, I would make a habit every now and again once you've taken down fights of despawning the corpses once you've cleaned them all out. Simply because it will be better for your frame rate and it'll be better for your Xbox RAM or whatever else's RAM. Well, guys, we are getting very, very close to the end of the video. I really hope that you've enjoyed this video, guys, and that you've enjoyed our little playthrough. And I am going to start doing narrations as opposed to tips and tricks, because if you followed my videos up to now in this series, which I suggest you do, I've given out most of the tips throughout the videos. And They're pretty easy, it's all common sense, and Fallout 4 has been out for a long time. So anyway guys, if you've enjoyed this video, please give it a like, share and subscribe. This has been Crypto Gamer. Have a good day.